Hey guys, it's Krystal from Nova King Beauty and welcome back to my channel.
Closer, closer, closer. Get a little closer, closer from the last one.
I feel like I have been gone for a minute. I know, it's not like me. I know. Literally every week that I wasn't uploading, I definitely felt it, but I kid you not, I have been so busy, y'all. Work, YouTube, lashing, moving. It's a lot. Like I thought, I was like, oh, like after the first week or 2 weeks moving in, you can just get back to regular scheduled programming. But there's just so much to do. Like, yeah, you move and you have your stuff, but then you have to buy new stuff. And what's making it so difficult is with this friggin' lockdown in Toronto or in Ontario, sorry. I can't go into stores and see what I want. Like, I can't buy everything offline. Like there's some things, yeah, but like furniture, things like that, like, so it's been just putting me in a weird space because obviously I want to set up my lash room completely. I want to do my patio completely, finish my bedroom, and it's like everything is just like moving at snail pace. But whatever, I'm not gonna complain. I told myself I'm trying to be more looking at the glass half full versus half empty. So I have my health. I'm super grateful. Thank you, God. But I do want to get back to regular scheduled programming and YouTubing and talking to you guys because I absolutely miss it. But today I wanted to kind of, I guess, build on the Lash Academy content that I started last year. And today I wanted to talk about how to build and retain clientele. This is a topic that I think a lot of you have kind of hinted that you would be interested in, whether it's people asking me in person or on YouTube or Instagram or my DMs, whatever. So I think it's a good time to put this out and kind of like lay it out on the line. This video is not going to be structured in a way of like super learny. I kind of want to just have a conversation. I feel like that seems to be the content that you guys are most responsive to versus the ones where I feel super preachy. This is the fourth time I'm filming this video. Fourth. Because the 3 times I was trying to film on the balcony, but I can't get it to stay focused. I was like, you know what, screw that. But I'm going to show you guys how good this lighting was looking like. Look at this. This is what I was trying to give y'all. All of this. Nice, eh? But whatever. I'm going to be filming more outside, so you guys will get it right eventually. But anyways, let's talk about building clientele. So I wrote a bunch of stuff down. Let me open it. First on the list, I want to talk about ads. I know I spoke about this in my branding and marketing video. I'll link both of them here. And you guys know that Instagram and Facebook ads are absolutely needed in terms of just growing your business. But a lot of people don't realize how powerful they really are. So I kind of wanted to break it down. When you think about like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when you had to promote something, you have to go to like a magazine or a TV show, or maybe you have to go to a newspaper or a billboard or a commercial or something like that. It was always something that was like mainstream media that was kind of behind it, or a major network was selling a commercial spot or something like that. That was how you promoted it. Or for us small businesses, flyers or things like that. But when it comes to direct marketing now, and direct sales, you can literally advertise something to somebody from their bed. Like, and when I say that, I mean Facebook ads, Instagram ads. We are always on our phones, scrolling away all day long. And what a lot of people don't realize is if you subscribe to any app and you are not paying for it through any subscription, and it's just a free app like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you guys get where TikTok, you guys get where I'm going with this. You are the product. Let that sink in. If you are not paying for it to use it, you are the product. You're being sold to somebody else. So on Instagram, yeah, we are all allowed to post and be free and live our best life and yada, yada, yada for free. But that's at expense of seeing those ads, and those ads sometimes lead to sales, and that's pretty much what it is. So it's weird, like we all know this, but until you hear it, you're like, oh, okay. But we are all the products. And for business owners, this is like cha-ching, because back in the day, we would have to spend an arm and a leg to, you know, get in front of clients on this type of scale, right? Now you can spend as low as $1 a day if you wanted. I mean, I wouldn't recommend $1 a day. I would say at least $5 a day. But you can literally say, okay, I'm gonna spend $5 a day and I'm gonna saturate this market right here. Because I'm a lash tech, with my lash extensions, when I do ads, I only typically do it to a certain radius around where I'm located, because I find that's what makes the most sense, because people are not gonna drive from long and far to come get their lashes done every couple weeks. So I would assume that most of the people that wanna come to see me are gonna wanna be in my immediate radius. But then if I was saying I want to run an ad for supplies, I would say, okay, I'm going to put an ad in New York for 3 days. And then after that one is done, I'm going to put an ad in LA for 3 days. And after that one is done, I'm going to put one in Miami for 3 days and keep going that way. And that's how you start to learn what type of content is, I guess, hitting for you. You might be surprised. You might be the sickest person in your city, but maybe the people in that city are just not interested in what you have to offer. But then all of a sudden you're marketing to another group, like another demographic of people, another location, and it just hits. You could be living in New York while majority of your money comes from Europe, because that just happens to be like, oh yeah, this person from New York is sick. Like, they don't do it like anybody else around where that person's from. So don't be afraid to put ads in different markets. Like, it doesn't hurt. Like, I know this is not going to work for every type of business model. Like, if you're somebody who literally only offers services and you don't have products, maybe you don't want to run that many ads, because there's no benefit. There's nothing that someone can click. And unless you're trying to just get likes and comments at that point, then yeah, of course. But just be mindful of that. Like, you don't have to just market to your group only. Like, shake it up. Like, I'll do a couple ads in the immediate area where I live, and then I will do, like, maybe after that 2 more ads, different locations. The goal is to give your page more exposure. Because I did this 3 or 4 times, guys, I feel like I can't even talk anymore, and I'm giving myself a headache. So we're done with that. Now, I thought I heard something. So with that said, just keep in mind that digital ads are just as effective as like billboards and magazines and all that stuff. So even if you don't have the budget for those things, there's always an option. Just do the micro ads, do the Facebook ads, and you'd be surprised. Like, you'd be very surprised, girl. Now that we're talking about marketing and branding and yada, 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 another good tip and trick is to bring in micro influencers. So these are people on Instagram that might not have that many followers. I would say micro is anything under 10K, but you see that they have a strong following on their page in terms of comments, likes, and just overall, like, I guess, how their page is marketed. I would say micro influencers are amazing for that, especially as a lash tech. You can just say, hey girl, I'm thinking of doing this new style. Would you be interested in coming in? And we can do like I'll do your lashes for free, and you just promote my business for me or something like that. I mean, you could swag it out and make it a little bit more cool than that. It doesn't have to be so cut and dry, but micro influencers are great for that. And for me, I like to use them right when I'm about to launch like a new product or a new like lash style. So like, the last time I used the micro influencers would have been when I launched the Oh My God volumes. And I just pretty much brought in like three girls, and I did their lashes, and they promoted it for me, and that kind of got people, that kick-started people saying, oh, okay, so people have tried this style that she's saying, it looks really good. And then it kind of got the ball rolling, and now the Oh My God kind of that's my most popular set, to be brutally honest now. Be very transparent with what you're expecting when you're giving them that free service. But for the most part, that's a very good tactic, especially for people who are super green to the industry or just started. It's a good way for you to not only practice, but it's a good way to kind of get your page out there. With that said, now that you're starting to bring clients in and people are coming back and they're figuring out who you are and realizing how awesome you are, don't be afraid to ask clients for reviews. So I used to be so shy before, but like now I just kind of like ask them like, hey girl, like, especially if you got to segue it or say it in a way where like they don't realize what you're saying. Like, okay, let me act it out. Okay, so she was laying on the bed. Pretend she was laying on the bed. And I'm still filming, girl.
You know what?
So
I'm
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Okay,
I'll call you when I'm done. Okay, bye.
Bye.
But anyways, where was I? Did we talk about sending reviews? Oh yeah, I was gonna role play. Okay, So I'm the client. Okay, babe, you can open your eyes. Oh my God, I love my lashes. Oh my goodness, these are so gorgeous. These are so pretty. Then I would go, oh my God, babe, aren't they? I'm like, well, you know what to do. Post me, tag me, send your friends, let them know who's the best. Of course, girl. Oh my goodness. These are gorge. And seen. So like that's what you can do. You just find a way to make it conversational, and it's not so like, okay, so do you mind posting me and tagging me and letting people know to, like, make it cute, make it swag it out. You guys will figure it out. You get what I'm trying to say. On to the next. What's the next thing on the list? Do not, and I repeat, and I could say this because I was the person doing this. Don't rush your process. Don't rush your learning. Take your time. I first started lashing, and I remember I did the 2-day course, and I was like, okay, after day 1, I'm ready. I'm gonna go home and practice. Okay, practicing. Hey, why don't I understand? Like, why don't I know what I'm doing? Like, why is this so hard? And I remember and I've said this before, for the first year the first year, it was, right about a year, I was like, oh my God, I suck. Like, I don't know how these girls do this. This is so much work. Like, how do they get their set so perfect? Yada, 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 yada. Lash mapping, I'm like, nah. And then I realized, like, as time went by, things were getting easier. As I started to get certified with other lash techs and do other trainings, things became a lot easier for me. So don't rush your process. When you first learn a skill, you're not expected to be perfect. Practice makes perfect. So keep going. Keep perfecting your craft. Continue to learn. Reach out to other techs, reach out to other people to kind of exchange information, whether you make friends in the industry or you just go and pay for another training. I have been certified 4 times at this point, and I still am looking at a few of them online right now. Like, I'm about to take that girl's class because that's what's going to make you better. And honestly, it's just time. There's nothing you can do about time, right? So just keep practicing. Don't give up. Keep going, boo. You got this. And with that said, you got to remember that you are you for a reason. People will come back to you because of that. If you're the type of person who you're cutting corners and rushing, clients pick up on that. I've been to various salons or hairstylists or lash techs, and I always remember the ones that stood out. And those were the ones who took time and care to just engage with me and talk to me. And I built that into my business now. I think about when I went to a few techs, and it's like, you get there, it's like, and it's not, there's never been any rude situations or anything that totally put me off guard. But like, I'm like, hey girl, okay, perfect, lay on the bed, close your eyes, and it's like within 45 seconds of getting there, the service is starting. There's no consultation, there's no care, especially when it's a new client. Because that's one thing I key into. When it's a new client, I'm rolling out I'm rolling out the pink carpet for you, girl. Like, you are going to remember me when you leave here, to the point that you're going to be back regardless. Because even if you go somewhere else, you're going to be able to compare that person's service to mine and say, you know what? Yeah, Krystal, yeah, I'm going to book with her still. That's my girl. So don't rush your process. Don't rush your learning, and don't rush your entire experience for the client just because you're trying to squeeze more people into the day, or if you're trying to do more hair during the day, or if you're doing a clothing line, you want to sell to more people, so you're using cheaper material or thinner material. Don't cut corners, because consumers, we pick up on all that. And when it comes to my money, and I know when it comes to their money, people want to go where they feel they're getting more than what they're paying, if that makes sense. So not saying that you need to undervalue yourself, but people will be a lot more inclined to hand over their money and tip you well when they feel like, oh my God, she's just so good, I can't even believe it's this cheap. Here, take all of my money, take all my coins. You understand what I'm saying? So take care, don't rush. Really pay attention to the small details. Make sure that overall client experience has been like no other before. And that's not something that you're gonna know right away, or you'll know what to do right away, but you're gonna learn, and you're gonna pick up on things, and you're gonna pick up on the things that are good when you go to other people, and you're gonna pick up on the things that are bad when you go to other people, and that's all the things that you're gonna use to absorb and learn and make yourself better. Got it? Got it. With that being said, let's segue into the next thing. What are you doing to be different? I know, you're like, duh, Krystal, you're just saying generic things. But guys, it needs to be said. What are you doing to be different? At the end of the day, what about you is different from that lash tech? What about you is different from that hairstylist? Or what about your clothing is different from Nike or different from anything else? And that's where it all comes down to, like, who you are as a person. A CEO has to be a leader. You have to set the precedent of what people expect when they engage with your business. So this was a tricky one for me to figure out, because when I first came in the industry, I had preconceived notions that, okay, lash techs are supposed to, all of our pages are supposed to be curated white, pink, or gold, really nude, and it just have pictures of lashes all the time, just lash pics, lash pics, lash pics. And that was me. But I remember I was like, I'm posting it, I'm like, this content isn't like, it's just like everybody else. Like, it's not exciting to me. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. Like, what is it? Like, what, like, my lash sets are getting better now. And I realized, I'm like, it's me. I'm like, I'm conforming to what I think people want me to post, versus just posting what I want to post, just being real, just being on the fly, like what's going on right now, like what is on my mind. Everything was so calculated because I was almost like trying to mimic the footsteps of other people. And yeah, it's great to look for inspiration in other people. It's great to look at the greats in your industry and say, you know what, she's a baddie and she's killing it. But you also need to find out who you are and what your business is, right? Because at the end of the day, you're the only you. So I had to really say, you know what, like, what is it about my business that I can make it more unique? I was like, you know what, I'm like, I want to be more of myself. I want my Instagram to be curated the way it is, but I also want my personality to be there. And before, I was trying to kind of hide behind the eyelash pictures, so it's like you guys would just meet me in person. But I realized, like, no, I want people to know who I am and know what to expect and be excited to come see me, because it's like, wow, look at this bubbly person, she's so funny, she's cool. So when it comes to being different, you got to think about your quality of work, your social media, your style of work. You got to invest that time to curate an entire package, not just your social media package and what it's going to look like online. What are you doing when the client comes through the door? What are you doing when they're laying down? What is it about every part of your service that makes the client say, okay, see you in 3 weeks, Krystal, versus, it was okay, but I can always find another tech. It's not a big deal. Like, I want it to be to the point where my clients don't even feel like they ever want to go anywhere. And that makes my job easier because I'm getting to know somebody. And every appointment becomes a lot easier because it's like, boom, boom, boom. I know what she likes. That's that, right? And last but not least, this is so important. I feel like it's ridiculous that I even have to say it, but be honest with your clients. Especially in an industry where we are providing a service. I feel like, unfortunately, a lot of girls or women are afraid to be honest with clients. Like, say, for example, they come in and they have, their lashes aren't as healthy as they should be, or they're not cleaning them well. A lot of girls don't want to say anything, but you need to make sure that you're as honest as possible, because for one, you don't ever want to be responsible to adding to any damage. Clients are looking to us as the experts, so we have to tell them, hey, like, you need to clean your lashes more, girl. And you don't have to say in a negative way. I told you guys, you got to dress it up a little bit, like, girl, what I told you about washing your lashes, you're tripping. Like, make it cute, make it conversational. And I find that that's my method of being able to communicate uncomfortable conversations with my clients. Or, like, say, for example, a client came to me and she's like, oh, I went to another lash tech before and I'm taking off and I'm doing a removal because I don't fill on other people's work. And I see that her lashes are super damaged. I would say, hey, girl, like, I know you really wanted to get lash extensions today, but I took a picture just to show you. Your lashes are really damaged. I think we should take a break and maybe come back in a couple weeks. But use some castor oil in the interim, take some biotin, and then you'll be all good. Be honest with your clients, because I've done that to probably 3 clients in my entire career so far. And I thought with every single one, I'm like, yeah, she's not coming back. She probably thinks I'm whack. And they always came back and they always said they appreciate my honesty, and those are still my clients to this day. But anyways, that wraps up the video. I kind of just wanted to spew out a few things that I had on the top of my mind. I can't believe this video wasn't filmed outside. I had everything set up, guys. I brought my wine outside. The mic was set up, and it's just because of how my balcony is, and you guys will see it once it's like completely done. I could not see into the camera screen to see if I was in focus or not. And usually I can, but the glare was in my eye. But it was so nice. But don't worry, I already showed you guys seen. I tried. I'll do more as it continues to get warmer. But Anyways, guys, if you haven't already, I'm gonna need you to hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you're always aware when I post new videos and content. And until next time, guys, bye. Mwah.